Hi everyone, Vickie here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. Thank you for joining me for the free monthly readings. We're going to be doing July's reading in a minute. I like to go over everything in the beginning so I don't have to constantly repeat myself during the readings. I want everybody to pick a color before we start. That's one thing I want to make sure that we color. The second thing is the court cards when they come up in the reading, the ones that are people. They're not necessarily a gender assigned. So a queen could be a male, female, whoever. I will refer to them as he as a king or knight and she as a queen. But really it doesn't have to be a male or female, especially in these general readings. We're going to be using my Rock and Roll Tarot deck for the tarot portion of this spread. And then we're going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which are also my own creation. I have lots of tools available for spiritual growth, including these adult coloring books. And if you're trying to learn tarot, you can pick up my book, Tarot in the Modern World, which is all linked below. I want to get to something really quick because, as you noticed, I have two tarot Rock and Roll Tarot decks here. This is the first edition. This is the one that I've been selling through the print on demand, and it's still going to be available. I'm not doing away with it, and actually the changes are not that, there's not a lot of big changes. One of the big changes is in the second edition. It has this box. The new edition has the real nice box, and it opens up, you know, like this, and the cards are inside. The cards are very slightly different sized, but not noticeably so. You know, tiny bit smaller, but a little bit wider. I changed a few things. I didn't change any of the words. So if you have the first edition deck, you're good. It's not obsolete by any means. I changed a little bit of the background colors on the sword cards, and I changed. One card didn't have its name on it, the Four of Swords. So I did change. That's the only card that the text was changed on. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. But it was the Four and the Swords. I did change the colors a little slightly. Here's the same card from one and the other. So I toned down the colors a little bit on the Cups card, and I changed the background color a little bit on the Swords cards, because the Swords were looking too close to the Major Arcana. So it did have this kind of rainbow thing, so I put like a little bit of a darker background in. But otherwise, I mean, all the keywords are the same. Again, if you have the first deck, it's not going to be obsolete. And there's going to be many versions of this deck to come. I want to do a monochromatic, and I want to do a, I want to do several versions, a neat day glow one. The thing is, now that I have this new deck, I'm doing a Kickstarter. I want this to be available on Amazon. Many of you were saying that you couldn't get the deck because they were charging like $50 or more to ship it overseas. So I've started a Kickstarter, and it's going to be this new version of the deck, and it's going to be available on Amazon with shipping overseas. I redesigned the box. It's got some things on the side and that. And it'll be Amazon shipping. It's going to be better for everybody. You won't have to wait. I've done this Kickstarter, and it's I've made some really cool custom merch that's going to be incentives only for Kickstarter donators. It's a concert ticket, a backstage pass, and a laminated VIP all access pass. These are only available through specific donations through Kickstarter and won't be available for sale any other way. This is to show my appreciation. I'd planned on doing the readings with the newer deck for this month. That's why the readings are late getting up. I was waiting on the shipping. But there was a problem, and one of the sheets came out all black. But luckily the printer corrected it right away, and the sheet's on its way. I'm starting it's coming tomorrow. But I got to start the readings. We're getting way behind here. So some of you will have the reading of July done with the first edition box or deck. And many of you will have it done with the second edition, but I'm going to go ahead and start it now. I won't use this deck because there's some cards that are missing at this time. The other thing, this box is a big improvement. And look how big this box is. It never really kind of fit right. These are the same amount of cards, and look how much more compact and solid it is. You know, it's a little bit better quality. The card stock is a little thicker, but I don't really notice a huge difference in the thickness of the cards. They're pretty comparable, but technically this new deck is a thicker cardboard and it's coated, but it looks like these are coated too. So I've rattled on enough. I just wanted to let you know what's going on. Some of the readings are going to have this deck and some are going to have the other, and that's the reason why. And please stop over to that Kickstarter page and check it out if you can. I appreciate your support. Also, I'm open for readings. I'll be doing the soul readings are available. These are deep readings, These are based on your chart. It's very, very much in past lives, but it's also like at a karmic level, what you're doing in this life, why you've incarnated, all these sorts of things. If you don't get your message from your sun sign reading, be sure to check out your rising sign and moon. These readings are meant to empower you. While we're doing the readings, I want you to look at the words as well. Hold up all the cards, freeze them. If something stands out to you, if something morphs and it looks like it's saying something other than what the actual word is, allow that to happen. This is empowerment tarot. These cards will talk to you. Let them talk to you. That is how you can get a message that's strictly for you and beyond just a general reading for everybody. Okay, I think... Hello Aries, so what you do, you're the only sign that I'm actually going to do a reading with the new deck. I actually had to stop. I just stopped and waited for it. And you're the last reading that I'm doing this month. So I went in reverse order. So you're going to get the reading with the new deck. It's not that much different, but I can tell already, like the new size, I like the size better. It's still nice and big, but I can tell that it feels better to do a shuffle with. But let's get on to what's going on with Aries here. Here's the first card. Okay, this is for the month of July of 2016, Aries. What is the message for Aries? Aries, July 2016. Aries, July 2016. Okay. So here's your spread. The King of Rods is what catches my eye right off. Is the King of Rods in reverse? That's probably you. The King of Rods is a fire sign person, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. So he's in a reverse position. It could be he, she, whoever. I feel like it's you, you know. And I feel like you got the Six of Rods in reverse right next to you. So I'm feeling like you feel slighted. Like, this is like, in reverse like this is a card of telling us that not being respected, not being treated fairly, being overlooked for promotion or raise or advancement, that you, by all rights, that you feel by all rights you should have had it, right? So, Six of Rods in reverse is like you didn't get the job, you didn't get the thing, you feel somebody respected you, and you've turned your back on that, which I like, because you're less like, okay, but then you're looking over here at a healing. The Four of Swords is a card of healing, wait, pause. I can think for some of you it might have kind of knocked you off your center, it kind of threw you for a loop a little bit. I feel like for some of you too that this might have come out of left field. Like it's like you never would have expected that this would have happened. You know, you never would have expected that you weren't the one to get that promotion, that you weren't the one to get that raise, or that person that treated you that way kind of threw you off. You're in reverse position though, so I feel like it's there's some sort of like there's some of this lingering. Is it resentment? Is it wanting to have revenge? I'm feeling for some of you, like I'll get them, I'll show them, I'll get them back. Whatever the case, it's time to move on from that. And don't be... Here's the other thing about it. You've got the Hierophant here. So you could benefit, with the Hierophant in this position, you could benefit through conventional means. You know, Aries, you guys always want to be the trailblazer, and, you know, the rebel, you know, and you've got that energy about you. Sometimes it helps to get conventional people behind you. And in this case for you, it will be, because it follows right up with the Chariot, the highest success card in the deck. So it's also something really big. Like, so maybe you were working for a smaller outfit or independent contractor and this stuff went down. And then it's like, well, you know, if that hadn't happened, then you wouldn't be on the market again and you wouldn't get this great job at this bigger company. With this bigger arena that you're in. The central card to all this is the Moon card, the central card in the reading. And the Moon card is a card of your dreams, intuition. It's going within. It's worth noting, I'm going to give you the dates. The new moon, when the Moon card shows up, sometimes it's the dates of the moons. You know, so we do have a new moon and Cancer that's going to square. Both the new moon and the full moon are squaring your sign. And the new moon is on the 4th, and the full moon is on the 19th. So it could, either one of those two dates may be significant for you as far as this thing popping up, this big company or whatever it is. This could also be maybe you need to go the conventional route for a while. You know, maybe you need to enlist the help of, even the government or something like that. The government, the bigger structure that's more holds society together, that kind of thing. Conventional, institutional. Those are the words. I feel like the money's good. I don't think it's the money. Well, here, you look at him. I always say, look at this guy. Everybody to look at him, and what is his face telling you? To me, it's telling me, hey, I got a nice chunk of money here. I don't feel like it's like, well, I don't want to go this way because it'll be lesser pay. I feel like it's going to be more pay. But also it's going to be like more responsibility. More responsibility. You're not going to be able to be freewheeling like you may have done in the past or you've wanted to do. But also with this structure, you'll have more... You're going to have more security and more backing. I feel like whatever this is, if this kind of thing isn't going to go on in this new environment, they don't get away with that kind of stuff. It's by there's a specific criteria that's set up, there's a specific structure that's in place, and that's the way it goes. It might be some kind of loan from this could be a bank, something like this. Sometimes if this is like a career choice, this could be a medical profession, teachers, schools. It's the pillars of society, it's the things that turn out, that are pretty uniform and you can count on. There's an element of dependability or being able to count on that Hierophant energy, right? And again, Chariot, that's awesome, the highest success card in the deck. For some of you, it can be travel, though. Chariot is the modern day equivalent of was a means of transportation. So it can be a car, it can be traveling, taking a trip. If it is some kind of job, maybe you're going to get a job in this new location and you'll have to travel to go there. I feel more, though, these are like very similar, actually. The Chariot and the Six of Rods upright. So I feel like however you were not promoted or not respected, this is the route for that to happen, and in a really bigger way. These are similar energies about achievement and being chosen, but this is a major arcana. The Chariot is a major arcana, so this is much bigger than this. So, you got to let go of whatever this was. It's time to get over it. It may have been 4. It may have happened in the 4th month of April. It may have been 4 weeks ago, 4 days ago, whatever. Get over it. Start looking, start looking in the big pond, like this is the big fish in the small pond or something. Start swimming with the big fish here, because I feel like it's going to be good for you in a lot of ways, and I think it's going to be really surprisingly good for you in a lot of ways. I think many of you feel like, oh, I could never work like a day job like that, or I always like to work, this way. I don't think that this is really for me, whatever it is. This feels too structured. You may think that this is too structured for you. But I think you're going to find out that it's just the path to success that you're really looking for. You do have the Seven of Cups here. So the Seven of Cups is making your dreams become a reality. Here's the dream. This is the messages from Spirit with the moon. This is Spirit talking to you. This is messages coming through your dreams. This is downloads that you may get, And then it's coming a reality. So, and it's next to the Chariot, so it's becoming a reality. Down here you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse too. Now, Two of Pentacles upright is a card struggling financially. Oh, I don't know. Got to pay this bill, rob Peter to pay Paul, all that sort of thing. In reverse, that's alleviated. That's why I feel like this is a big upgrade for you financially. It could be, For some of you, it could be like getting married or something too. I'm not seeing a bunch of love cards or anything, but sometimes this is the institution of marriage or something like that. And many times when you married, you have 2 incomes, and that does give you more financial security. Maybe you always said, well, I'm not the marrying type, And maybe that's going to change, you know. Although there's not a lot of love cards, these are really success cards. These are about success, money, self-esteem, pride, receiving rewards, getting boosts, you know, getting props, having success, striving for what you really want in life as far as prestige. Excuse me, prestige is a very strong word that comes through around this. So there's a lot of opportunity for it to happen. You being in reverse, though, there's something about that, you know. There's something about that, or maybe, you know, because you got shot down here, you don't want to give it a try anymore. You know, sometimes we get pushed out of things. I've been meaning to make a video on this. You know, sometimes you get pushed out of things because you're ready to move to a next stage, and if you don't move to the next stage on your own, sometimes, you know, if you're growing too big for the pond or whatever it is, sometimes they'll just, there could be something like this could go down. You know, they could, you could be rejected, or you could be not treated fairly. And that's the universe's way to kind of giving you a push to move to the next level. And it also can tell you sometimes it's when it's time to leave a group of people. You know, if somebody disrespects you, they may be just doing you a favor, if you can believe that. It may be kind of like they're doing you a favor. It's because they're forcing you to grow beyond this little small circle into the bigger picture and move on to the level or the next level as to where you really want to be or where you're really trying to go. Okay? Let's get that. Yeah, here's the box that it comes in. It's different. I wish everybody would take a look at that Kickstarter, and I hope you can contribute or at least share it or pass it along or something, because I really would like to. The reason I did it is because one of the main reasons is people were saying overseas that $50 to ship the deck, just on the shipping, $50. So that's just outlandish, you know. Plus this is a much better product. I think it's just going to be a better thing all around for everybody. But let's get on to the animal totem for you guys. Got it. Bear. Okay. Bear energy. Oh, by the way, the colors, if you've seen the color there, it may be an area that you might want to pay more attention to in the card. But also, anything that stands out to you or moves, and I love to hear that. If you start seeing stuff in the letters, please put that in the comment. And also, if you have confirmation on the animal totems, I love hearing that. Additionally, I am doing on Facebook a weekly, exclusively on Facebook, is a weekly animal totem card, so you can find all that information below. But let's read this. Majestic wise spirit, star brother of the north, retreat into the womb of the great mother to emerge anew. Define your territory, set boundaries, and create sacred space. Well, there's a lot there. This retreat into the great mother, and that's the moon energy. Moon is mother. Moon in your chart is your mother. And that's the divine feminine, the moon, right? So that I really resonate with that. It's the great mother, into the womb of the great mother. Because I think there's messages are being sent to you. There's message, I'm giving you the message in the reading, but I think that if you stop and listen and follow those dreams, those intuitions, that there's more messages that are coming through. And don't be, you know, bullheaded about it. Defining territory. I was just talking about that. Maybe your circle that you've cast is too small to hold you anymore. You're bound. Maybe you're over creating these boundaries, and you're meant to expand open into more space. That's really the vibe that I'm getting about it. You know, the bears also hibernate in the winter too, and hibernation is like meditation. Hibernation. There's this, you know, this that's akin to the dream. You know, you're sleeping, you're hibernating, you're dreaming, you're in the dream time. You know, there's a lot to be said for that, and by any the dream card, the moon card, is the central card in the spread. That's kind of the central area, and that's where your rod is pointing right at. Your rod points to that dream, emotional moon, mother. Don't think that you know it all. Don't think, well, and don't let the ego get in the way and say, well, blah, 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 blah. It gets your dander up because you feel like you've been disrespected and you've got to come back at it, you know, or tell a story about all this stuff. Don't waste any more energy on this, period, whatever it is. Stop wasting your energy on it. Focus on these dreams becoming reality. Listening to your inner dreams and then creating them in the reality, because this is something pretty good. And any money issues that you have should be resolved by taking this leap and going, taking it to the next level in a big way. This is in the lower levels. This stuff's in the lower levels. Who cares what these jokers think about you or say about you? That should be the very least of your concern. Don't defend yourself against them. What's that great saying? It's either Thomas Jefferson or Ben Franklin. I think it's Ben Franklin. Something about never engage in an argument with an idiot, because onlookers will be sure which one's the idiot, or something like that, or a fool, maybe he said, And that's it. Don't engage. Don't even bother. They don't know how great you are. You have the potential to surpass this by 100 times over. And so this is nothing. Don't get caught up there, because something big is like showing up in a big way. These are major arcana cards too. 1, 2, 3. These 3 really positive cards are major arcana cards. They pack much more of a wallop, carry much more of an impact on your life than these, whatever this is. This is petty. This is petty bullshit, just to be real blunt, okay? Okay, Aries. Hey, thank you guys all. Be sure to check out that Patreon. You can find everything in the eye in the sky. You can hit the subscribe button here, and then you can also find stuff below. I have these coloring books for spiritual growth, to learn read tarot with the tarot book, the decks, and everything else you guys do. The liking, sharing, commenting, donating. Everything you do to help make these videos free. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great month of July, and I'll speak to you soon. The Rock and Roll Tarot Deck. It's a groovy deck designed to unlock your psychic potential. Combining the iconic tarot imagery of Pamela Coleman Smith with rock poster art to reveal a fresh new take on an ancient oracle. Each card contains keywords to help memorize the meanings, but as you progress, the text shapes may change and morph to reveal much more. Allow your mind to wander so that Spirit can communicate with you through the illustrations on the cards. The Rock and Roll Tarot Deck is a full 78 card deck. The extra large size enables you to see the cards clearly and enjoy the vibrant artwork. Created by spiritual artist Vickie, who is a seasoned tarot reader herself, this beautiful deck is meant to grow with you as you progress forward on your path. In gratitude for your support, Vickie has created some rock-themed merch that is only available through Kickstarter pledges, including a concert ticket, backstage pass, and an all-access VIP laminated pass. The money from this campaign will go towards the manufacturing and shipping of the deck to Amazon fulfillment centers, where it then will be available for quick and easy purchasing and shipping worldwide. Additional funds will be used for the manufacturing of the merch and further promotion of the deck. Be sure to tune in to Vickie's YouTube channel for free monthly card readings and broadcasts from the universe.